everyone, it's Denise Love, and today I thought we would do a color palette challenge. So I pulled out card 256 because, I don't know, that's kind of appealing to me today. And this is out of, I would say this is out of cube 1. And I may have mixed my cubes up because, oh no, cube 1 is card 1 to 250. Cube 2 is card 250, 1 to 500, I think. So yeah, Color Cube 2 by Sarah Renee Clark. I find that pulling a color palette to start my art practice really frees my mind up from the very hardest part of that process, because I like all the colors and I want all the colors and all the supplies, and this helps me narrow down too many things. So I'm gonna go for that, and I thought I would pull out the Kissoh watercolors, which are another brand of the Gansai Tambi watercolors, and it's a set that I showed off in an art haul, and then I haven't really pulled them out since then, and they're beautiful. So I thought, all right, let's play with these today. And I think it's just the two here, but I thought, why not? Let's play with these today. I haven't played with them before. Perfect opportunity to see what they've got in them and what they're all about, and to see how they kind of compare to our Kuretake set. So I'm just, oh yeah, that one right there. These are all in Japanese names on the bottom. So this is color 45 in the Kissoh set. I'm just gonna pull these out as I find the colors that basically match. And this number 2, and I am kind of expecting them to mostly be similar to the Kuretake ones. So that's purple. That's a blue. And that's a blue. So I'm not expecting, oh yeah, let's do that one right there. So I'm expecting them to be very similar, but I want to kind of see, how are they different? I love the Gansai Tambi type watercolors. They're very gouache-like. They're less like watercolors than regular watercolors. They're more of a kind of in between a watercolor and a gouache. I did have my neighbor got some of the Gansai Tambi because they watch my YouTubes, and she was a little confused in her bullet journal. I guess they do the decorative bullet journal things. Look at that color. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna pull out that right there. She thought they were going to work like regular watercolors, and in her bullet journal they were, more opaque, and she's painting lovely designs with it. Perfect. And they're not clear like a watercolor, like transparent. And so she sees other people using regular watercolors, and she's like, why is this not doing the same? And I said, it's the watercolor, it's not you. It's not the same as regular watercolors. So just be aware of that. These are not going to give you the very pretty, transparent, like Daniel Smith kind of look. These are opaque. They are more like a gouache. Look at those. Okay, that blue there was really exciting. Okay, so I'm going to intuitively paint over here, and then just kind of tell you what I might have been thinking over here, and I might change my mind, but I'm just throwing some ideas out there because I think it's kind of fun to paint on one side, of this. Then you have the bleed through. I'm gonna just put water on this while I'm talking and get them activated. Because we have that bleed through, anything that I paint on this side is going to bleed through to the other side. So I was thinking on this side, I could take a larger piece of watercolor paper, maybe tear the edges so it was a pretty deckled edge, and do a painting over here. Or we could do, something similar to what we did over here, and we can glue a collage piece down. That was kind of a fun idea. But I was thinking we could, you know, this could frame out whatever piece that we painted, or it could be a couple of pieces that we put down on here. So I'm kind of considering that, just throwing that out there. Might not do it today, but that's kind of where my mind is thinking. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I kind of feel like a big abstract. I'm going to pull out my Raphael Soft Aqua number 4 quill brush. I like the quill brushes. So do we want to do like a big abstract, or do we want to do like one of those organic shapey things? So many choices. Do we want to do gray and this teal as the dominant color and a little color in between there? Because in our inspiration piece, it almost even looks like this could be gold. Kind of feeling like blue and gray and black with maybe some of this gold or something on top. What are you thinking? Are you feeling that? I think I'm kind of feeling that now that we've had a little talk about it. So let's just get started. Let's throw some of this paint down and get us going. Somebody else asked me if I prepped these papers before I get started. You know, I don't start stuff off camera. I start stuff right on camera with you. So I've opened the book and I've started painting. And so if you feel the need to prep that paper with gesso or watercolor ground or anything like that, definitely go for it. That's not really what I've done in here. It's a watercolor rag that we're working on with these white pages, and I'm just fine just hopping right on here and getting started. And I don't know that I'm actually going to be able to tell the difference in this and the other because I've not worked on this paper before with the others. So we'll have to get the other out and do another page with it and just see. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this color is. Teal and kind of like aqua. That's my favorite color anyway. I've had an aqua colored sofa for like 15 years and this is the second one I had, and so I'm like, well, you know, if I bought it once and then bought a second one, that must definitely be my color, because who has the blue sofa? Yummy. I like it. So no thought here in this process. I'm just kind of putting the color down where it feels good. We'll call this some intuitive painting on top of it being a lovely color challenge day. Just wherever it guides me. Look how pretty that is. Like that right there. Now I'm kind of thinking, do we want to put these colors in there? Really loving this. That's another thing about a color palette thing, you know, wherever it starts, because, you know, I might want to put pencil on here or maybe Neocolor 2 crayon. That's the thing about a color challenge. I love these colors and they're beautiful in that piece, but as I looked at it, that's really more of a gold, and so I might come back with gold instead. I don't hold fast and hard to what I started with, and I like the ability to switch and play. And look at here, how about this one? We actually got these are some Neocolor 2 crayons, and before I had the big set I had just a little tin of just some fun colors, and we actually have these in the crayons. Why don't we do that, and then I can kind of throw some marks in here rather than some more swashes of color. And these are water soluble, so they are activating in this piece as I'm going, which I like. It's not just going to be crayon that I've laid down. It's actually going to kind of blend a little in here. Oh, these are so pretty. What color is this? It's so pretty. Raw sienna. And this one is Hell orange. Orange is yellow. Hell orange. I wonder what language that is that says hell orange. Oh, look at this. Oh, now this is lovely, and I kind of feel like it's so good. Okay, I did not actually like this color in there, so we'll just throw that back. And I'm almost feeling like I could be there. I feel like this could be there. And so now, let's pull this and keep this out. Now, because I feel like that's it, I'm feeling like that's it, let's go ahead and do another piece on this side. You know, because what I could do is then, you know, cut this out a little bit like we did on that earlier one and make it a little less flappy, because I feel like those two pages kind of look good together. So I could do that. So I don't know. What do you think? Let's just go ahead and... So what we could do on this side, now that we've got it started, and I've managed to get something on the paper, but that's okay. Let's just swoosh it around, whatever it is. There we go. I could do opposite. I could do a whole bunch of these other colors, and we could go with the... could try doing this set and those as accents. What do you think of that? Let's just go for it. Just cause, why not? Just throw the paintbrush down and say, bam, going for it. And we could try like our little scraper. We could make some marks. We could pull some out like we did with that acrylic paint piece that we did, and just see like what would that look like if I pulled some of these colors up and down. Ooh, fun. All right, that's a win. Let's do some more of that. All right, that's pretty cool. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So this is a good way to challenge yourself. Say, okay, let's make one of these pages dominant in one way, and then let's make one of these other pages dominant in a different way. And this is how we can do that with color or pattern or texture. We can do all kinds of fun stuff as we're working this. Ooh, look at that. Like that right there. That's some good stuff. Ooh, I love it. Totally going different ways than I even imagined. Oh yeah, like I wasn't even knowing where we were gonna go. I mean, how many of you kind of know what you're going to end up with before you start? With the photography that I did for so many years, I got to where I kind of knew where pieces were going. Like I had a whole vision in my mind of what I wanted to create, and then I'd come up to my table and I would create some type of still life, and when I was done, my vision had come to life. But with the art, I don't really do that so much. My enjoyment comes from the serendipitous nature of coming up here and painting in a way that maybe you've never done before, working with colors you've never worked with, and then just wherever you end up, it's amazing. And if I were painting collections and things that I wanted to sell and I needed to come up with whole sets that were similar, then I definitely would be a little more deliberate in the way that I created. But that's not my goal. My goal is to work with different supplies, and look at that thing. That is gorgeous. Not sure it really matches this piece here, even though I did opposite colors. But it's gorgeous. But yeah, my goal with this is more like, ooh, yeah, let's pull this blue out. This is like that teal. Is to just land wherever we land and just it be okay. And I love creating that way. But if you're you create in collections and stuff, are you trying to do something specific, and this way of creating is something different than maybe you ever considered? I'd love to know, like, how is it that you're creating get the most enjoyment out of your art? This is the way I get the most enjoyment out of it, the play, and then just being like, wow, look what I created. Okay, man, that looks so good right there too. Now I kind of feel like, do I want to save this for a different page? Because I feel like that's good right there. And maybe paint another one and see if I can get a little closer. All right, let's save this. We're going to put this to the side and let it dry. And that was a piece of the Hanamule watercolor paper, and 9x12 inch. And I'm just going to muscle a piece out of this pad and just see. Oh, this one is so gorgeous, like for reals. We may have to, we're gonna let that one dry, but I may have to flip this and do something else. So because of that, what if we make, I want it to match but not match, I want it to be something complementary but different. So what if we go super heavy on the teal instead of so light? Would we get there then? And I love using this thing to really swoosh that out and get a different texture with our paint. So let's just keep going with that. Oh, I like it. I like it. This is some yummy stuff. And then I want to do some art making or something on top of this, but man, these are turning out so yummy just like they are, that you just have to go in the direction that it leads you. Don't get stressed. If your idea is like, oh, this works out better, go that way. It's okay. I don't know if this is going to really match it either, but we're going to get wherever we're going to get. Good, look at this piece. Oh my gosh. You guys, I feel like it's a great paint day. Like, whoa. Ooh, what if, okay, so let's do this. Let's get out our fan brush. And, okay, now I'm scared. Ooh, do I want to use it with the yellow? What do I want to use it with? Kind of want to do it with the brown. And we're gonna maybe do some, let's just do it. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I like the texture. I like the bit of color that we pulled in. Maybe I'll pull a little bit over here so it didn't just kind of live out there. Look at that. Okay, that's kind of yummy. So what if, okay, go with me here. What if we take maybe this color here, not enough water, I was thinking what if we drip some of that down in here, and maybe we'll paint the, whoa, look at that, whoa, look at that, oh my gosh, this is some good stuff. You might be thinking, what, you're crazy. That's okay. Oh, see, I kind of like that one there. I just want to get some of that. Ooh, look at that right there. That was super fun. Okay, now I feel like I need to do that up here. We'll just kind of, ooh, look at that. Okay, this is a yummy paint day. Okay, I'm loving that. Now I'm feeling it. So I'm kind of thinking, did we want a few little mark makings in here? Maybe I do, but maybe I want it with this big the Lyra water soluble graphite pencil, because it's more in the grays here. I'm just putting a few yummy marks that we can look in there and find. Why do I do that? Just my own preference. You do what feels good to you. Okay, I feel that. Kind of feel like it needs to dry a little bit. I'm kind of feeling like it's there. So what do we think about that? Is that a good companion page with this now that I did that? I feel like I need to decal these edges. So let me let this dry. I'm going to tear the edges and we'll see. So I'll be back. Alright, this is mostly dry and I'm going to pull out my dual edge ripper. So I call this my rip ruler, but it's a dual edge ripper. And I'm going to rip these edges and just give myself a hand torn edge. You can also do this with a regular metal ruler if you want, but I like this because it's got like a specific torn edge look, and I like that. So you just kind of get enough where you can get a grab of the edge and then tear it towards the ruler, and you can see how it gives you a really pretty torn edge look to our piece. And so that's exactly what I'm going for to mount on top of here, because you see how much nicer that looks than the straight edge mounted on top of that burlap. That's what I'm thinking. And this has two sides. This side over here is a little rougher. This side is a little smoother, just in the amount of tear that it does. And I like this little bit subtler edge for this, and I'm just eyeballing it. I did not measure to get exact straight, just kind of eyeballing it. And look how good it looks with the torn edges. Whoa! Oh my gosh. And you could tear the edges first if you know this is where you're going, but either way is just fine. Look at that. It all of a sudden looks like a finished piece. Whoa, that's so beautiful. Now we can look at different directions too. Like, do we like it better that way? No, I like it better this way. All right. So what I'm thinking, I'm gonna need to put down some wax paper. These are deli paper from the, like you get from the butcher department if you're getting sandwiches, and you can get them over there where you got your wax paper kitchen supplies at the grocery store, because I don't want glue, even if the glue seeps through to the other side, it'll be clear, but I don't want to glue this page to that page. And I'm going to be using the Yes paste, so let me grab that. And if I were doing, this is my Yes paste, if I were doing thinner paper on a thinner surface, matte medium would be fine. But that's not what we're doing here. This is super thick and heavy paper going on a weird, okay, don't get dirty, on a weird kind of burlappy surface. And so I want to make sure that I get as much surface and a nice thick glue as I can on this piece. So I'm going to go edge to edge. Just get, this stuff just works like a kind of like a frosting, and just go ahead and we'll glue this down. And then I'm gonna say this spread is a yummy today. And if you want to be like, well, what about this glue? Well, what about that glue? Experiment with your glues and pick whatever your favorite glue is if you try something like this. I'm just showing you what my favorite is and telling you the reason why it's my favorite. All right, there we go. So if you've got a different glue and you want to know if that works, try it out. Maybe, maybe not. Best way to learn if what you've got is going to do what you need it to do is to test it out. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to get some glue off of this. I've got some baby wipes. I always keep a little thing of unscented baby wipes at my table for stuff like this, and just smush paint around and clean stuff off, and I don't know, they're just convenient to have. So let's get the glue off of there, and let's just commit. We're going for this one, and I'm glad I did that rather than the other one. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of looking to get it on the page. Is that kind of straight? Let me stand up so I can see. Yeah, straight enough. And then we're just gonna have to let that dry and do its thing, but there we go. What do you think about today's layouts? I'm thinking that's pretty cool. Thinking that this could have been even more bold, because the more bold and vivid one is super cool, but I do like the way our pages worked out today. And then this piece, we're going to work on a different page. I'm going to still use it in here, so I'm going to save it and we're going to work it on a different layout and just see what we end up with. So I can't wait to work on that one with you guys. Hope you had fun painting with me today and this gave you some good ideas. I'm still working in my mixed media journal. You can do this in any kind of journal. You can add your own pages. You can work in a big sketchbook or a small sketchbook, or you can do these techniques on flat paper and just have them as pieces of art, as if we were not working in a book. I've just made it my goal to actually finish this book. Like, I want to start it, I want to do a bunch of layouts in it, I want to have a beautiful finished set of layouts as I flip through the book, and so that's why I'm doing these with you guys, because it motivates me to get it back out rather than do one layout and forget about it. Oh, so beautiful. So I hope you enjoy working in the sketchbook here with me, and can't wait to see what you're working on. You're welcome to join my art group on Facebook. I'll link that below for you, and if you like this video, definitely give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.